So, hi Claire.
Hello, lovely. You all right?
Yeah, given the bizarre situation that we're in, absolutely. So, big thanks though for offering to do this. I know that you're an EFT practitioner, so really excited to know a little bit about it before we get started. And you're going to take me through a process, so fantastic.
Yes, excitement. Okay, so with EFT, it's more of a doing thing. So I'm not going to spend an awful lot of time telling people how it works, why it works, and the history of it. If they're interested in that, there will be a link to my website and my Facebook page, so they can go and check out more information if they want to. What I really want to get into is actually doing some EFT, because people can either tap along and then take away and do it themselves, or gain something from it right now. I will just run through the how to do it, because obviously that's quite important, but it's not rocket science. It's super, super easy. And it's EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It's often called tapping. And the reason it's often called tapping is it involves tapping with your fingers on your face and torso. So I warn you now, it does look a little woo-woo, but it really, really works.
I think the woo-woo stuff is what's helping everybody now. So
Sorry, go on.
No, yeah. So go for it. The more woo, the better.
Okay, strap in. With EFT, there's a setup, and then there's a round. And the setup, we're tapping on the side of your hand, so that fleshy part where you would karate kid someone, and we call it the karate chop point. And that's where we tap for the setup. We repeat a setup statement 3 times, and then we move on to a round. And with clinical EFT, a round starts with your eyebrow point, so quite literally where your eyebrow begins. Yep, that's it. And then you move to side eye, so the outside corner of your eye, just on the bony eye socket. Then under eye, again on the bony eye socket. Under nose. Now, if people want to miss this out because of everything that's going on and they don't want to be touching too near their nose, that's absolutely fine, they can miss it, but that is an actual point under nose. Then chin, which is that groove between your lower lip and your chin. And then you've got collarbone. So the easiest thing to do with a collarbone is if you make a fist and tap where you find the knot of a tie. Then underarm, so where a woman's bra strap is, unless you're not wearing one, then just, have a guess.
It might have moved down a bit.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, as you get older, that bit goes lower. And then you've got top of head. So if you were to draw 2 lines from the top of your ears up to the top of your head, where they meet, that's where you tap. Now you can tap on either side. You can tap on both sides at once. It doesn't matter. You can tap with 1 finger, with 2 fingers, whatever feels comfortable for you. And when you're tapping, you want to tap hard enough so that you can feel it, but not so hard that you're going to end up covered in loads of little bruises, as that gets uncomfortable.
A lot of questions to be answered then.
Yeah, I guess embarrassing. So that's the how. That's the actual physical how. But there's then what do you tap on? So Sarah, you've already agreed to be my lovely assistant. I am missing the sequins, but we'll carry on. Ta-da! So if you'd like to tell me, Sarah, what is bothering you at the moment?
Well, I know we had a little chat before I pressed record, and one of the things I was saying, I suppose, that's the most challenging, and I'm absolutely 100% sure I'm not alone in this, is juggling juggling, spinning plates, whatever analogy works, whatever metaphor works.
Yeah.
For me, actually, it's a little bit more like sometimes it's juggling and sometimes it's literally like spinning plates, which is keep my business running, still be mum, but obviously my kids are home, all day long. Becoming teacher to my younger son. My older son is a little bit more self-sufficient, but still I would have helped him in the past anyway if he needed it. Housework, wife, there just seems to be this endless, cook, main, 3 meals a day now for everybody, instead of 1 main one. So it's just really, even as I'm saying it, I can feel this pressure, in terms of I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like to do things well. It doesn't mean I do them perfectly, you know, but I don't really like to fail at anything. And I suppose having so many plates in spinning at the same time, you know, something seems to give every day. And
Yeah.
it's really just to be more relaxed with all of that, and just to let more of the inconsequential and really things that have dropped in priority and value for me to really just let those go.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're talking about that, what's the emotion that you're feeling? What's coming up for you?
Bit of panic. In
Okay.
fairness, yeah, I feel a bit of tightness across my throat and top of my chest there. I can feel this pressure, pushing there.
Okay. And if you had to give that a number between 1 and 10, where 10 is really intense and 1 is
8.
8. Okay, no messing.
No messing, straight in. No kissing. No kissing, straight in, as they say in Ireland.
Okay, so for people watching, it is really just a case of, almost like we've just done, just have a little conversation with yourself. How are you feeling right now? Do you feel it anywhere in your body? You know, what's going on? And then give it that number between 1 and 10. And the reason we do that is that number becomes your measure. You can see how you are progressing. So we're starting off at an 8. We're going to do some tapping, and then you're going to check in and see what's happened to that number. Now, this is particularly useful when you're working on your own, so you can monitor how you're going. Okay. So with the setup statement, we're going to do some tapping now. With the setup statement, it's going to start with even though, and then we're going to say what the negative issue is, and then we're going to follow it with a positive statement. Now, a lot of people can find that a little bit weird, and the reason we do it is because, have you ever heard of I'm sure you have you ever heard the saying, what you resist persists?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so totally true. And we tend to beat ourselves up for feeling bad. We feel like we should be coping, and when we don't, then we get quite harsh with ourselves. Yeah. But by stating the negative, and this is how I feel, and it's shit, and then stating a positive, we are allowing ourselves to feel that way. It's giving our subconscious permission to feel it, which then facilitates letting it go. So we're going to do that 3 times, then we'll move into a round. And with the round, we'll be saying affirmations, but they won't be positive. We will be saying negative affirmations. And I'm bringing this up because this can alarm a few people, because they think, oh my God, no, I'm tapping in negativity. And that's not actually, it's a fair assumption, but it's not actually the case. What we're doing is we're bringing the issue up. We're stating stuff that is negative, so it's in the forefront of our mind. And then with the tapping, we let it go. It's like Louise Hay said, which I absolutely love. To be able to clean your house, you have to see the dirt. And this is kind of how.
Right. Yeah, I love the analogy. Yeah.
So you've got to focus on that, then let it go. And then when the number starts to get lower, then if people want to, they can do a bit of positive tapping. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's dive in. So it's very, very easy. You're going to copy what I do, and you're going to repeat what I say. Now, if I use any words that don't resonate with you, just let me know, or just use your own words instead. It's got to resonate with you. Okay, lovey? So even though I'm feeling all this panic,
and
I can feel it as a tightness in my throat and chest, that's okay. I deeply and completely accept myself. Good. Even though I have all this panic. Good breath there. I feel all this panic. All this pressure. It is endless. And I'm feeling this panic. As a tightness in my throat and chest. And that's okay. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Good. Even though. This endless pressure. Endless panic. I can't deal with it.
I can't deal with it.
Don't like to fail.
I don't like to fail.
And maybe I feel like I'm failing in a lot of ways.
Maybe I feel like I'm failing in a lot of ways.
And it's this panic.
And this panic.
And I can feel this pressure.
And I can feel this pressure.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
And how I feel.
And how I feel.
And maybe anyone else.
And maybe anyone else.
Who is contributing to this panic.
Who is contributing to this panic.
Good. Now we move on to the eyebrow. All this panic.
All this panic.
All this pressure.
All this pressure.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It is never ending.
It's never ending.
I've got my business.
I've got my business.
I've got the kids.
I've got the kids.
Now I have to be teacher.
Now I have to be teacher.
I have to be housewife.
I have to be housewife.
I have to be cook.
I have to be cook.
So many roles.
So many roles.
So much pressure.
So much pressure.
And I'm starting to panic about it.
And I'm starting to panic about it.
I can feel it building.
I can feel it building.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
It's just too much.
It's just too much.
I can't cope.
I can't cope.
But I have to cope.
But I have to cope.
And it's that pressure.
And it's that pressure.
That's causing this panic.
That's causing this panic.
I don't like to fail.
I don't like to fail.
But part of me feels like I am failing.
But part of me feels like I am failing.
And I really don't like that.
And I really don't like that.
I'd love to be more relaxed.
I'd love to be more relaxed.
But I have all this panic.
But I have all this panic.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
All this panic.
All this panic.
All this pressure.
All this pressure.
Pressure from the kids.
Pressure from the kids.
Pressure from the business.
Pressure from the business.
Pressure from the household.
Pressure from the household.
Everything I have to do.
Everything I have to do.
As well as the panic outside.
As well as the panic outside.
So much pressure.
So much pressure. Ooh, I've lost her.
Ooh, we're frozen.
Yep.
All this panic.
All this panic. I'm going to continue. I'm assuming this is where I'm at. All this pressure. I've lost Claire. I'm going to pause the recording. Oh no, you back? Yes? Oh. Okay, we're back. Yeah, we're back.
Okay. I don't know where we were. It's gone dry.
Yeah.
All this panic.
All this panic.
All this pressure.
All this pressure.
Technology really isn't helping.
Technology definitely isn't helping.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
This tightness in my throat and chest.
It's all too much.
It's all too much.
It's just all too much.
It's just all too much.
Fantastic. Now take a breath. So tell me, Sarah, how are you feeling?
Well, it's definitely gone down.
Okay. So it wasn't 8. What would you give it now?
I'd say a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
A 5 and
So just out of interest, what's keeping it at a 5 or a 6? What's still there?
I think it was actually the technology freezing. I was like, no, this has been this is, because I can do my job online, but only if the online technology works. So yeah, I think it was almost like, oh God, but it wasn't major. I just thought, yeah, you'll come back and everything else. I did pause the recording, so.
Yeah. So how is that tightness in your throat and chest?
Actually, it's more like a 4 now. I think it was just like almost like a little blip that went up with,
Right.
with
Yeah.
that. There's probably about a 4.
Yeah. Do you still feel it in your throat and chest?
Not so much my throat, it's more just kind of here across my heart. Oh, I can see a little red mark there.
So across the heart. Okay. Is it like a tightness or something else? Heaviness?
Yeah, it's like kind of being wrapped a little bit tight, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So going back to the side of the hand, even though I have this remaining, would you call it panic or pressure now? What would you call it?
I've just called it pressure.
Okay. Even though I have this remaining pressure.
Even though I have this remaining pressure.
And I can feel it across my heart.
And I can feel it across my heart.
Across my chest.
Across my chest.
Like I'm wrapped in something.
Like I'm wrapped in something.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though
I
have this remaining pressure.
I have this remaining pressure.
Still there.
Still there.
I can feel it.
I can feel it.
And technology really didn't help.
Definitely didn't help.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel.
I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel.
Even though. Still have this remaining pressure.
Still have this remaining pressure.
Oh, I can feel it.
I can feel it.
Just there.
Just there.
Across my heart.
Across my heart.
My chest.
And my chest.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This remaining pressure.
This remaining pressure.
That little blip with technology.
That little blip of technology.
Always comes at exactly the right time.
Always comes at exactly the right time.
Makes life interesting.
Makes life definitely very interesting.
Life is interesting enough right now. Thank you very much.
Life is interesting enough right now.
This remaining pressure.
This remaining pressure.
I can still feel it a bit.
Still feel it a bit.
I can feel it in my chest.
I can feel it in my chest.
Like I'm being wrapped in something.
Like I'm being wrapped in something.
This remaining pressure.
This remaining pressure.
Still there.
Still there.
I can still feel it.
I can still feel it.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
There's part of me that needs it.
There's part of me that needs it.
Part of me needs to be prepared.
Part of me needs to be prepared.
And I honour that part.
And I honour that part.
But I'm going to choose to let it go.
But I'm going to choose to let it go.
This pressure that I feel.
This pressure that I feel.
Remaining pressure.
Remaining pressure.
I'm not sure it's actually serving me.
I'm not sure it's actually serving me.
I think it's just making me panic.
I think it's just making me panic.
And when my emotions are high.
And when my emotions are high.
I ain't that intelligent.
I definitely ain't that intelligent.
And right now I need to be intelligent.
And right now I need to be intelligent.
Right now I need to be calm.
Right now I need to be calm.
So I'm going to let this remaining pressure go.
So I'm going to let this remaining pressure go.
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Feeling it evaporate.
Feeling it evaporate.
From every cell in my body.
From every cell in my body.
Allowing my chest to relax.
Allowing my chest to relax.
Choosing to let that pressure go.
Choosing to let that pressure go.
And instead of pressure.
And instead of pressure.
I choose to feel relaxed.
I choose to feel relaxed.
I choose to feel calm.
I choose to feel calm.
I might not quite know how to do that.
Might quite not know how to do that.
It's a bit tricky at the moment.
A bit tricky at the moment.
But I choose to give it a try.
I choose to give it a try.
I choose to let that pressure go.
I choose to let that pressure go.
I choose to be relaxed.
I choose to be relaxed.
I choose to feel good.
I choose to feel good.
Good. Take a breath. And how you doing, lovely?
Yeah, much better. Just feel, I can feel that pressure has definitely loosened. I won't say it's completely gone,
No,
but it's manageable. It's like I know it's there, but it's almost like it's not completely on me. It's just kind of there. The stuff that I need to do, but that's okay. I can manage that. That's
yeah. And as we were tapping, I could see you could see it sort of almost releasing the breath taking. So that's how you can use EFT, just to take the intensity out of something. Now, if we had more time and we were working together, We could then start to look into specifics. What specifically is causing this pressure? And then we would do some EFT on that, because EFT can work on a sort of global thing like pressure or stress, a general thing. It can certainly reduce the intensity to give you a bit of breathing space and allow your intelligence.
And the breathing space, which is great.
Yeah. But it works when it really works really well, and it can impact all areas of your life and move you forward, is when you start to get specific about stuff. So it may
but
be
it's the same routine, you're just using the language that's more specific.
You start to drill down. So just picking an example, maybe the majority of the pressure is coming from the kids. Okay, so
how did you guess?
Just plucking something out of the air. So then you drill down, what is it that the kids are doing that is causing you the pressure? Who is it that's doing it? When was the last time they did it? And we'd start to work on what we call events, so memories of things that have happened. And very often you find that things that are triggering you, as we start to delve deeper, they have their roots in a memory from way back when you were a little kiddie and something upset you, and now something is happening that is reminding your subconscious of that, and it's being triggered. And in that instance, when you experienced it way back when, the little you would have formed a belief or an opinion or a decision about herself or the world. You may not even be aware of it, but now you're carrying that belief with you, and something that is going on is triggering a negative response, which will be either reinforcing that belief, or you're having the negative response because of the belief. And what EFT is really, really good at is looking at those past events, taking the emotion out of them, and just allowing you to change your belief. So it's neuroplasticity. It's rewriting your neural pathways in an amazing way.
That's lovely. I have done it before, and it's been a while, but I forgot how good it was.
It affects every part of your life in a really positive way. So, but the first step is to get yourself calm.
Funny, I can imagine people all standing in a queue outside a supermarket, all
just totally got a megaphone.
Taking everyone through
on top of a trolley.
Claire, that was absolutely brilliant. We were sort of trying to keep these a little bit short enough so people can kind of get a flavour of it and can do it themselves. So I hope people did join along, and obviously this is a video so people can replay it. And put in their own words maybe as they're tapping, but just to follow that. So and I will put your details will be below the video, so if people want to know a bit more about it or want to contact you directly.
Absolutely, and do check out my Facebook page, because I do lives, I do tapping videos on there, and there are links to YouTube where I have a whole coronavirus.
Fantastic. So we'll stick all those links on. People can do a bit more tapping if they want. I will be tapping away today, and I'm going to teach my teen how to tap. Tapping for teens.
Tapping how annoying mum is.
Tapping for mums of teens and dads of teens and teens and brothers and sisters of teens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tapping for the whole family. Claire, you stay safe, look after yourself and those around you, and we will be in touch soon.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. Take care.
Bye.